Now, if Donald Trump or any president just straight up killed their political rival for political power, instantly in Congress, they would be impeached and convicted, and then they could be criminally charged. The important thing to understand here is that were this to not be the case, as Democrats are arguing, this could mean that states or elements of the federal government could criminally charge a president whenever they feel like it, before, during, or after they're even in office, if they feel threatened by him. And the founding fathers were concerned this would disrupt the political process. A man announces he's going to run for office. So what happens? A rival political actor in government decides, I'll criminally charge him so that he can't win. And that's exactly where we are.
Yeah, no, it's interesting, right? Because it's really a question of process, as you mentioned. So saying something like he would have to be impeached first is like saying he would have to be arrested first. It's just part of the process. It doesn't mean it's something he's allowed to do. It means that we actually have a process laid out for how that's taken care of.
This seems like there is a process here. Trump's lawyers have made a completely sound argument that I believe is correct. You can't accuse a president of committing crime. So in this instance, we're talking about Trump investigating voter fraud. Mm-hmm. It's actually the duty of the executive branch to investigate voter fraud, should there be any. But because there's a conflict of interest in that it was Trump's election, they're arguing it was a criminal activity. Well, I believe it is correct. Trump should be, there should be an investigation as a conflict of interest. The determination was he was impeached and then he was acquitted. How could you criminally charge someone who's been acquitted for this very thing? They're going after him. Why? The arguments to the Supreme Court are the point of the Democrat process. So they're in a federal appeals court right now, making these arguments on immunity. And the Supreme Court is going to hear Trump's case on the ballot issue. But right now, if these judges come out and say the president is not immune, then we are inching towards absolute dictatorship and the collapse of the republic.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's a pretty great takedown. Great analysis right there, because you're right. There is a process. There is a procedure that we have to go through. I mean, he has to be impeached. He has to be convicted in the Senate. That hasn't happened here. And that is the argument exactly that Trump attorneys are making, is that they have a presidential immunity, that it is there for the reasons that you've cited.
This case they're bringing against him is the offense. The offense is not to criminally charge Trump. That's a byproduct. The offensive attack against our republic is this: for the judges to rule presidents can be criminally charged. Then the next time an America First candidate, let's say in 8 years, Vivek Ramaswamy is the front runner. What will happen? Federal agents, to prevent him from winning, will file criminal charges against him. Let's say he actually gets elected. Let's say there's a backroom deal. And he goes to the establishment and says, look, there's a few things that I want to do for this country, but I agree to play ball with you on foreign policy. They say, okay. Then he gets elected and says, nope, I'm going to play things my way. They go, okay, you're under arrest. We're going to criminally charge you now. It doesn't matter who you are, if you're the president or not. It doesn't matter if the people want you elected. If the Democrats win the ability to criminally charge a sitting president, no election will ever matter ever again.